We will want to see that National Treasury's quarterly reports to Parliament focus far more on your oversight responsibilities in addressing the poor quality of expenditure. It cannot be that your powers are limited when there is legislation in place to deal with these matters. If we could have your comment on this, please.
Thank you, Honorable Minister.
Chairperson, I think we would welcome the invitation to engage Parliament on a quarterly basis. The good thing is, on a quarterly basis, for national governments and provincial, we publish what we call Section 32 reports. It would be welcome to engage Parliament in terms of Section 32 reports. A similar publication in respect of local government in terms of Section 71 reports. We will also welcome such an engagement. I think we accept the invitation to engage Parliament on a quarterly basis in using those reports as a basis for engagement.
Thank you. Can we have the second follow-up question from Honorable Alexander?
Thank you very much, Chair. In the current financial year, as a direct consequence to the ANC mismanagement, spending has been revised down by 21 billion. Additional reductions of 64 billion in 2024-25 and 69 billion in 2025-26 are proposed. As a result, departments will be adjusting their budgets down to offset the decrease in budgets. The reduced expenditure on public service means that hospitals are overcrowded, schools are understaffed, roads won't get fixed, and people will struggle. In addition, South Africa has been placed on the grey list because it has insufficient mechanisms to monitor and combat money laundering and terrorism finance activities. What consequence management has been put in place for the departments that are not performing in terms of budget management and cracking down on corruption?
Thank you. The Honorable the Minister.
You know, when we are closer to an election, it's quite easily to craft and frame a question which suggests that you are actually campaigning than asking a question. Because we tabled a medium-term budget policy statement with adjustment. What was the message that was emerging from that statement? What was the message that was emerging from that statement? The message that was emerging from that statement was that as a result of revenue shortfall, which was occasioned by two things. The first one was a result particularly on the mining revenues, which fell. The second one was excessive claims on VAT, which over the next few years, as we project, again linked to that is growth, over the next few years is going to reduce our revenue estimates. Nothing about mismanagement has got to do, not an ANC mismanagement, has got to do with the economic performance, simple and nothing else. That's why I'm saying we've got to start from there. The second set of questions, which is our main question of this thing, the rest was politics. The question was, what are the consequence management? Treasury has got no consequence management over in departments. I've mentioned that point. The individual ministers, the individual HODs, Parliament has got to hold departments, that's what Parliament exists for, to account. That's the main question I was responding to, that in terms of Section 32, we can provide those reports for Parliament, and Parliament make sure that the relevant accounting officers account to Parliament. Thank you.
Thank you. As we proceed, I will now recognize Honorable Shibambo. Honorable Shibambo. Where's the whip? He's not on the platform. Okay, we'll come back, try to get the answer, but if we pass this question, we are done. Honorable Sheikh Imam.
Thank you very much, Chairperson. Chairperson, now that you told us that your powers are limited, the powers of the AG appears to be limited. Now, what is the reason that despite National Treasury, Auditor General, every politician in this country knowing fully well how corruption works, starting right from a local government level, how contracts are given to the same people at exorbitant prices, not getting value for money, and it's not within the mandate of AG and or Treasury to pick this up. What can we do, and why are we not putting measures to block this? You said in your response to me, Minister, that indeed it is a requirement that they must report on a monthly, but they're not doing it. So how do we close this gap and make sure they are accountable, Minister? Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Minister.
There are two questions in this loaded in one. The first one is accountability, which I said I'm more than happy to every quarter to report to Parliament on Section 32, and once we get that Section 32, relevant committees make sure that the accounting officers report. The second part of that question, which is related, is corruption. I think let's agree that corruption is a criminal offense. Why can't we report these individuals if we know that a specific individual is corrupt, has done a corrupt conduct? Can't we get the law enforcement agents to deal with those individuals? I think that's the best approach to handle that question. Thank you.
Thank you. ICT, please give the speakers in the House the honor they deserve, not me. The minister is answering questions, but it's my photo on the screens. Please rectify that. Please change. And as we proceed, before we proceed to the EFF, if they are ready, I would like to, since today we are dealing with the questions to the economic cluster, I also want to welcome and acknowledge the presence in the gallery of this Parliament's Audit Committee. Thank you for being with us in here. Thank you. You are welcome. The EFF, are you okay? We pass.
Chairperson.
Yes, Honorable Paulson.
Chairperson.
Mohammed.
The minister.
No, leave Paulson. I think Honorable Mani is ready to.
Oh, is he gonna, okay, now then.
Okay, Honorable Mani. What is wrong now? Proceed, Honorable Mani.
Apologies, Chair. The characterization of misguided and incorrect fiscal policy as poor quality of expenditure is a clear demonstration that the governing party the governing party